Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1. And when I say I got some things to say, I had a little bit of an epiphany. So let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? Okay, so about this reunion. Everybody looks nice. I did a video about the fashions. Check that out. Give your girl a like, a share, you know, the things. I would appreciate it. So I'm not gonna go line by line, question by question. I'm just gonna recap what I saw. When it comes to Mia, I have told you guys before that I don't know what's real with her and what's not real. I feel like everything is contrived. It's made up as she goes along. She just be picking up the lies and throwing whatever sticks. I clocked Mia a long time ago, okay? Season 6, when Mia was introduced to us, I knew that her and Gordon were both some weirdos, and my opinion ain't changed, okay? When they went on the couples trip and all the women were upstairs, Gordon was outside, and then she kept walking back and forth and prancing in front of the young husbands, I knew what type of bitch Mia was, okay? When Mia was telling Gordon that Eddie was attracted to her and he couldn't even look her in his eye, and Gordon was like grinning, I knew what they was about. They was weirdos, and I knew it, I clocked it then. When she went on social media and said that Chris tossed her salad, I knew what we were dealing with. Crazies, weirdos. I truly believe that Mia came on the show as an agent of chaos. She wanted to just do all kinds of stuff, and the women will not oblige her, okay? They will not join her circus. So she has decided now to bring in other people who are looking for fame and help them push along a storyline so that all the attention can be on her. And you ain't fooling me, Mia. Jacqueline last season, okay, she came on there, brought Jacqueline on there. They was just saying all types of crazy stuff, and they had a lot of attention on them. This season, her and Gordon stole the show with this Ink character. And to me, I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not real. I don't pay attention to what Mia say too much because she lied too much for me. But somebody already, a couple of people clocked that Mia told NECA that she conceived her son through IUI. Now we're finding out that her son might not be Gordon's son. When I tell you this lady is full of lies, lies, lies. And then the Ink character, Mr. Ink. How do you allow someone to raise your child for 10 years and then just pop up and now you want to claim that? Go away from us with this Apollo. Mia is a liar. She lied on her mama. She lied on her man. Now she lied on her babies. I don't like it, okay? I don't like it. It's not okay. It's not entertaining to watch. If that's what y'all got, okay, I guess. But everybody that's associated with Mia, as far as I'm concerned, you a liar just like her. So Andy's intentions for the reunion, for everybody to make up and move forward, it don't look like that's going to be happening. The fact that we are still talking about what happened last season or what happened at the season 6 reunion, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by this. I wished that Giselle could just own what she did. I wish she could just own it. Because this is the thing, right? I can believe Giselle's story up until a certain point. Everybody was around, everybody was chilling, y'all, you know, people in the lobby of the hotel. It's just a whole bunch of people. Chris approaches you and say, hey, can we talk in your room? You're like, sure, there's people in my room, there's people all around. You didn't think nothing of it. You get back to the room, you see that nobody's there, you still don't think nothing of it, you're talking to the man, and then at some point in the conversation, you're like, this might not be the right thing for us. We shouldn't be in the room alone together. This doesn't feel okay. And so you ask him to leave, and you feel a way about it moving forward. I'm there with you, Giselle. I'm there with you. But where the story goes wrong for me is the one-on-one she had with Robyn last season. You saying that you don't want to be in a room alone with him, he's a married man, I get that. But when you start saying, oh, he's unhappy in his marriage, he's unhappy with his wife doesn't make him happy, so he wants me to make him happy. I have been tried by many a married men, and he was trying to see if I was with it. He's a sneaky link. When you add all of that to your story, and then you attach what Ashley was claiming and what Sesame Street was claiming, and you also putting out there that Chris touched Deborah inappropriately, That's where it goes wrong. I wish that Giselle could have come to last year's reunion and just apologize and just not being prompted, but just say, hey, I didn't mean for it to go that direction. This is what happened. I apologize for ... and ... I realized after watching the show that it does give sexual intimidation. It does give as if he had malicious intent. It does give predatory. I was not trying to say that about him. What I was trying to say is, yes, he made me uncomfortable being in the room alone with him. I resented him for even asking me to be alone in the room with him to talk. I don't like that I was put in that position. But the problem with Giselle is she would also have to acknowledge that when she opened that door, because we saw the room was this big. When she opened that room and she didn't see Cal and she didn't see the makeup artist and she didn't even see their tools or their belongings, you knew they had left. And you still went into the room and you allowed Chris to follow you into the room and you sat on the bed and you was talking to him. Then now you're like, oh, it made me uncomfortable. Well, it don't work like that. Yes, he made you uncomfortable asking. Okay, we can take that. You also have to take accountability that you also allowed him into the room. You sat down there and you spoke with him for a while. And then you wanted him to leave. And he left. When you imply, oh, he's a sneaky link and he wanted to try me and he wanted to see if I was with it, and many married men have tried you and you know what it was, when you say those things, you now make the viewers think that something more happened in that room. And you telling us nothing more happened. But when you say, oh, he wanted to see if I was with it, he wanted me to make him happy because his wife doesn't make him happy, you're implying that something more happened. And I know why you said it. You said it because y'all want to humble Candiace. You wanted to embarrass Candiace. Y'all love to little girl Candiace. And you wanted to make it seem like, oh, you call me old. You say I don't got no man, but your man wanted me. This older lady. That's what you wanted to put out there, but you put so much sauce that the story went from he's a cheater to he's a predator. And when you realize that, you should have shut it down. I feel like you have the responsibility to shut that down because you put it out there and you refuse to take responsibility. And you expect Candiace to what? Bow down to you because you wanted to play and mess and lie? It doesn't make sense. And Candiace having to apologize to Giselle, I mean, I didn't even care about that because I know a lot of people were like, oh, Candiace shouldn't have to apologize. I agree. Me, I wouldn't apologize for a damn thing. I wouldn't have apologized. I would not apologize. In fact, I would have sang on that stage, I will not apologize. Like I would have kept singing it to you. You ain't getting no apology out of me. Everything I said about you, I meant. And what? I would not have apologized, but I understand that Candiace, life is not about other people. Life is about you and the choices that you make. So if Candiace felt like, you know what, I'm going to apologize for this, that, and the third, more power to her. Because Giselle wouldn't have got a damn thing from me. So this is the thing. Giselle has a pattern of behavior. Giselle likes to stir the pot and then she hands it off to someone else to take responsibility. We seen that season 3 with the Karen going to Karen's house in disguises. She made Robyn go knock on the door. You gathered everyone to go do it and you made Robyn go knock at the door. And Karen don't like Robyn to this day. And that's part of the reason. Okay, you did it again, season 4. Season 4, you were the main person that was so giddy about Michael Darby grabbing the cameraman's butt, groping the cameraman. You were the main person that was excited about it. You sat in front of your TV eating popcorn for breakfast, watching Michael Darby and Ashley make a statement on the local news channel. Okay, you were excited. You gassed Robyn and Candiace to tell Ashley in front of the group that they overheard Michael Darby saying he wanted to suck a sausage. Then you turned around and said, oh, Robyn, you owe Ashley an apology. After you told her to say it, you did the same thing to Katie. Y'all sat up there and y'all gassed Katie to tell the story on how Michael Darby was trying to talk to her ex-boyfriend, Jacob. And then you flipped it on Katie and was like, Katie, do you want to apologize for something? Do you want to apologize? Y'all made Ashley go after Katie so bad that that lady had a mental breakdown on the trip and just disappeared. Giselle is used to doing these types of things and always getting away with it. She did it again, season 4, that same season. You wanted to bring up the rumor about Monique's son not belonging to her husband, but belonging to the trainer. You wanted to bring that up, and Candiace was blamed for it. Candiace got attacked physically because you wanted to bring that rumor to the show. Season 4, she was on Ashley's ass season 4. And she let Katie and Candiace take all the heat for that. Robyn too. She even threw Karen under the bus. Season 6, you did it again with Wendy. You wanted so badly to put those rumors out there about Eddie cheating on Wendy, and that's the reason why she got plastic surgery. And at the last minute, you handed off the task to Ashley. You was the one behind that, but you let Ashley take the brunt of it. And that's why Wendy was like, nope, 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 nope. I know who the culprit is. I'm not Monique. I'm coming after the person who's trying it with me. I'm not going to be distracted and go after Ashley. I'm coming for you. And that's why you're mad. You tried it again season 7 with Candiace. You did not expect, Giselle did not expect to be in this situation with the viewers, with the network, with Candiace, with anybody. She thought she was going to tell her little lie story, and she thought she was going to get away with it. She thought that Candiace would have been focused on Ashley. She thought Candiace was going to go after Ashley. The problem, though, is Ashley's story made Chris look like a cheater. Your story made him look like a sexual predator. Giselle thought for sure, oh, I'm just going to throw my story out there, but Candiace ain't going to come after me. She going to come after Ashley and her man. And you thought wrong. That is why you're mad, because Wendy and Candiace did not allow you to do what you've been doing to everyone else. She's not used to ever having to stand in her shit. Candiace and Wendy will not let Giselle wiggle out of accountability, and that's what got her so upset. Okay, so when I was watching Candiace and Robyn's segment, you know, when Andy was trying to see if he could make something happen, I feel like a light bulb went off for me. Everyone has been saying that they were not aware that Candiace and Robyn even had a friendship. Now, I was aware of it because I like Candiace and I liked Robyn too at one point. So I was aware of the friendship. And if you're on Twitter, you know, the Robyn supporters will let you know that Candiace and Robyn were real good Judies, but it wasn't shown on the show. And I think we all know why, because her and Giselle are a package deal. They're a duo. Many of us don't believe that Robyn would even be here 8 seasons later if it wasn't for her situation with Giselle. Not only are they a duo, but they're business partners. It's like, at the end of the day, I think with Robyn, there's a clear line for her. There is work and then there is play. Giselle is not only her friend, Giselle is also her business partner. So she's not ever going to turn on Giselle for you, Candiace. But let me say this, the receipt that Candiace had, I feel like it told a different story about Robyn. I feel like it ripped the mask off of Robyn's face. I know a lot of people felt like it was a fail. I didn't think it was a fail. I feel like it told a story. Robyn is communicating with bloggers, hypocritical of her, but that ain't even the point. You are communicating with bloggers, basic strangers. You don't know these people for real. You know these people because they watch you on TV, but you don't really know these people. For her to be so sloppy and so reckless to vent about Giselle to strangers got me wondering, what have you told Candiace about Giselle? When you have your secret friendship off the show, what have you said to Candiace about Giselle? See, a lot of people was mad at Candiace, like, how can you expect, because I was one of them, how can you expect Robyn to turn on Giselle? That's her best friend. She's never picking you over Giselle. But then I start thinking, if you're talking to strangers and you're talking about Giselle to strangers, what have you said about Giselle to Candiace when there's no cameras? I know Giselle was pissed when Candiace held up that poster board and read it. I know she was. She not gonna give Candiace that, but I know she was livid because she has shown us in the past seasons that she don't like when Robyn goes against what she say. She's given Robyn very stern warnings in several seasons. She did it season 5 and season 2. They come to mind immediately. She don't like when Robyn don't ride her way. When Robyn do something a little different, she gets the feeling away. Robyn's job on this show has been to be Giselle's trusted, loyal companion, okay? She is her golden retriever. She's her lapdog, okay? She cleans up her mess. She makes sure to take all the hits that Giselle doesn't have to. And now we're finding out that you're talking crap about Giselle in group chats with strangers. So it's showing that you have a little bit of resentment towards Giselle. It's showing that you have a little bit of hostile feelings towards Giselle. And Giselle didn't know it. And Giselle found out sitting on that couch. Y'all are very lucky that Candiace is not coming back next season. Very, very, very lucky. I know that Giselle dug in Robyn's ass the moment that reunion was over. I know she did. See, everybody been walking around here thinking, oh, she just loves Giselle. No, she don't. She's committed to Giselle because she has to be. Giselle has kept her job on this show very safe for 8 seasons in a row. I actually like Robyn, but I don't understand why Charisse had to leave and Robyn got to stay. If Charisse is the one with the contacts, she's the one that knows everybody, she's the one with the money, she's the philanthropist, why is Robyn there 8 seasons and Charisse had to leave because her divorce wasn't moving at a quick enough pace? Ashley's divorce ain't moving at a quick enough pace either. Robyn's relationship with Juan wasn't moving at a quick enough pace, but you kept them and you got rid of Charisse. I've always felt that was suspicious. I feel like Robyn knows that her job has been secured because Giselle needs her. Giselle can only be as messy as she wants to be because she knows that Robyn will be right there to back her. She can't trust nobody else with that task. And so they want Giselle to be messy. They got to bring Robyn along for the ride. And that's the reason why you've been there. And that's why she'll never go against Giselle. But let me also say this. I had a little tiny bit of a change of heart for Robyn. I kind of felt bad for Robyn. Because Robyn, you really are an afterthought when it comes to this show. They don't respect you. They don't care about you. Your position is only secure because of Giselle. That cannot feel good. Robyn has shared way more intricate details of her life than Giselle ever has. And it is a tiny bit unfair that because she held back last season that she would be fired when Giselle been holding back all the seasons. Giselle ain't really gave us her real life since season 4. Robyn might be hiding things, but she gives us more than Giselle ever has. And so for Robyn to always be the one everyone says, fire her, fire her, fire her, keep Giselle, even though Giselle doesn't do anything but be messy, I felt a little bit bad for Robyn in that moment. And I do feel like her and Candiace had a really good friendship outside the show. And I feel like she shared things with Candiace. I mean, Candiace said it herself that Robyn has looked out for her, has hooked her up with contacts, has done things for her professionally. Even though it's not shown on the show, she has really helped her with projects outside of the show. But you can't do that for yourself. It's weird. I do think that Robyn, in her head, in her mind, she believed that she did right by Candiace. I think she felt like she was fair to Candiace and she was also fair to Giselle. And up until her conversation with Mia and Juan, I felt that way too. I felt that way as well. But when you had the conversation with Mia and Juan, and then we got to, was it Mexico? When they got to Miami, and she did the Bluetooth speaker, and then you were going on Watch What Happens Live in different places saying, basically backing Giselle's story, Giselle's lie story. That's where it went wrong for me, Robyn. But I do think in the beginning stages, she really did have Candiace's back. But at some point, Robyn was backed into a corner and a decision had to be made. She had to make a choice. And she chose to protect her situation with Giselle, who's her business partner, and not Candiace and her husband. It puts her in a weird spot. It puts her in a bad spot with Giselle. And if Giselle's the reason why you have a job, you might want to protect your situation with Giselle. So I do understand why Robyn felt like she had to choose Giselle over Candiace. And I think everyone understands that. But now I'm starting to also feel why Candiace thought that maybe Robyn would have acted differently. I was so proud of Robyn at the top of season 7. I was like, yes, girl, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right side of history, right? I felt like she defended Chris. She defended Chris when she spoke to Ashley. She defended Chris to Giselle. She went in the confessionals and she defended Chris there. She even had to sit down with Chris and Candiace. I feel like that was it. I feel like we didn't need to talk about it no more. I feel like that was the end of the story. When she decided to talk to Mia about it, when she decided to tell Juan on camera about it, even though we could clearly see that you and Juan already had this conversation, that's where I felt like, Robyn, you weren't a good friend to anyone when you did those things. The conversation that Robyn had with Mia prompted Karen to have a conversation with Giselle about it. And according to Giselle, she didn't want to talk about it no more. Then the conversation you had with Juan, no one, this is my thoughts, nobody can convince me otherwise. I truly feel like she had that conversation with Juan about Giselle and Chris on camera because she wanted to uplift her husband. She knew that Coppin State story was coming out. She knew that story was coming out, and she wanted Juan to get on camera and say something in defense of Giselle and her feelings and trying to hold Chris accountable in some kind of way. She thought that would make Juan look a little bit better. So when that story came out, he had something. Y'all can't convince me otherwise. Robyn's background is in PR. That was a PR stunt. If I ever seen one, I don't care what nobody says. I believe that. I'm sticking to that. You did too much. You did too much. And you looked so good at the top of season 7. For the first time, you're stepping out. You're doing your own thing. Robyn is standing on her own ideas and her own moral compass, you know? People who never liked Robyn was like, okay, I might be able to get into Robyn. And I don't care what nobody say. I think Giselle was like, girl, you got to be on my side. I'm looking really bad. This is not going well for me. You got to be on my side. And that's when she did the Bluetooth speaker thing. That is when she started getting mad at Candiace because Candiace said limes are for bitches. Oh, I've been nothing but supportive to you. When Candiace told her in that car ride home and Ashley was secretly recording her, she's like, I don't care. Robyn had made a choice and she had to do what she had to do. Watching Candiace cry over Robyn, I know a lot of people were irritated, but now I'm really starting to believe, like, even though I knew that they were cool, I really believe that they were a lot closer than any of us realized. I think that they really shared real friendship behind the scenes. Her and Chris as well. Chris with Robyn and Robyn with Candiace. They really had a friendship, and Candiace really thought, I think Candiace thought that when it mattered, when it counted, Robyn was going to rise to the occasion, and Robyn had to choose. Robyn chose herself, okay? Robyn was like, look, I need this job. I need this money. Giselle is my business partner. I'm rocking with Giselle. And I think that really hurt Candiace, and Candiace doesn't want to say it. Like, the whole season, we've been like, Candiace, you ain't really making sense, girl. You're not making sense. It makes sense now. That really was your girl. You really rocked with this girl. And you're just so disappointed. But the problem is we have to realize as human beings that what you're willing to put your neck out on the line to do for someone, they may not be willing to do that for you. And I think that's the lesson that Candiace learned. You're willing to go all out. Candiace is willing to, she is gang. Candiace may not be a physical fighter, but Candiace is gang. But some of your friends don't deserve that from you because they're not going to give it to you. I really wish that Candiace was not as emotionally invested in these women because they're not as emotionally invested in you. And it really sucks. It sucks. It sucks because some people don't know how to be a fake friend or a surface friend. They all in or they nothing. And I think that Candiace is all in or nothing. But some people don't deserve that from you, girl. They just don't. It's unfortunate that they sat up there and they tried to gaslight her. And Karen, shout out to Karen. Karen really made me proud of her at this reunion, okay? Karen was like, no, I think because Karen don't like Robyn, she was forced to just say how she really felt. But she clocked Robyn and Giselle. because nobody else was trying to do it. And so it's like, girl, okay, I'm kind of glad Candiace is leaving. Like, Candiace, don't be around these bitches and thinking that they're your friend. Like, get away from them. Go make sure life is good with you, girl. Go live your life. Leave because you have the luxury to leave. They don't have the luxury. So about Robyn and Karen's beef, this is a beef that I enjoy. I enjoy it. I have never not enjoyed Robyn and Karen going back and forth. Every time Robyn thinks she got Karen where she want her, Karen whacks her, and she don't see it coming. And I don't know how she don't see it coming. I don't know how she don't see it coming. I think with Karen, she always says that she likes Giselle. Her and Giselle were friendly. She was friends with Charisse at one point. She wasn't never friends with Robyn, okay? And I feel like because Robyn is close to Charisse and close to Giselle, she thinks that she could do what they do, okay? Charisse and Giselle love to make Karen the butt of their jokes. And sometimes Robyn thinks that she can jump in too. And Robyn, she don't see it for you like she did with those two at some point. She don't roll with you like she did with them. So when you join in, it's an added layer of annoyance because it's like, girl, I don't even know you like that. You can't play with me like that. That's really what it is. And Robyn doesn't care. She's like, I'ma still keep coming at you. But every time you come at Karen, she embarrasses you. When she said, no, that would be Juan, I said the same thing. If y'all saw my videos a couple of videos ago, I was like, why would she ask that woman about her sexual partners in the last 5 years? That's a question for Juan. That ain't a question for Karen. That don't concern you. You walked right into it. Like, you didn't walk, you jumped. You skipped, hop, and jumped into that insult. And you can't have nothing to say because Juan is the one cheating on you. Somebody, I have reason to believe that he didn't sleep with Miss Canada, but he slept with somebody. If Juan did not sleep with Miss Canada, it's because when he saw her in person, she was not as attractive as he thought she was in her pictures and videos. That is it, and that is all. Because that man went to that hotel to go see about Miss Canada. And if he didn't do it, that's the only reason he didn't do it. Because he didn't like what he saw in person. But he was going to do it. And I'm still not convinced about Miss Bree. I'm not convinced about her. Something happening in there. But anyways, so there was a lot of conversation on social media about Candiace crying and Giselle laughing in her face and Giselle being evil. Giselle is evil, but I wouldn't say she was evil because of that. I just feel like she don't have nothing else to do but to be a clown. She was, to me, she looked more like a clown than an evil person. She's evil. She is. But I feel like she was more of a clown in that moment. I really didn't care nothing about it. People really be triggered when Candiace cry. And I don't know, I used to be like that too. I've never felt comfortable crying, especially in public. It's just not my thing. As I've gotten older though, I cry about everything. I am always crying. Like, I could see something pretty and I'll just cry. I could see something, just something sweet, and I'ma cry. I could hear a song that has nothing to do with any type of emotional nothing, and I'm gonna cry. So I kind of understand my girl. I can kind of understand it. Sometimes you just cry. Like, it just happens. I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all weren't allowed to cry. I'm one of those people that I just, when I would see people cry, I would cringe. And now that I'm older, I don't feel that way no more. So it doesn't bother me. I don't know. But yeah, that's really all that part 1 was really given. I hope part 2 is worth it. I hope it's not too much talk about Mia and Gordon, because I do not care, because I feel like they are both scamming the audience. They all full of shit. I don't believe nothing that they say, okay? But I'm glad that Karen was there to assist Candiace. I'm glad that she clocked Robyn upside her head. She got her. She whacked her a couple of times. Giselle... girl, I guess. I don't really care about nobody else that was at the reunion. Wendy, you looked good, but I don't really think that we got too much into her conversation. I guess next week we will. I don't know, but yeah. We'll be back here again next week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.